Okay, so today's gonna be a little bit of an interesting video. I played a bunch of comp over the weekend with my cousins and a couple of their friends, but I was playing DPS, not support. I think they were good games though, even though I turbo fed in the majority of them because it'd been so long since I'd seriously played DPS. So I'm just gonna kind of commentate over them and kind of give my thought process if I remember it. This one was annoying because I hate playing up against Hanzos. Yeah, I got storm arrowed. It was just so hard to push in based off of the DPS they had here between Sojourn and Hanzo. And then the Zarya was also full charge and we could not burst her down. They came to hunt our Mercy down here. The Hanzo overextends and I wanted to kill him but he got bubbled because the Zarya was also right there. So now I was just waiting for us to respawn.
Thank you.
Tried to go for an off angle. The Sojourn kind of shut me down though. I can't peek when she's blue like that. And she can charge up so much of her railgun that it's very hard. She can put a lot of pressure just by having that high charge railgun up. The threat of the one shot. I killed the Hanzo here, but I can't stop the res. I tried to boop her out of it. So what I was trying to do there was like crouch. I didn't know if I could crouch and grab. It looked like I could. So I was trying to crouch and grab, and then but I got bursted down, and I think I died to the meatball, the Sojourn meatball.
Checking in. Lend me your fire.
It's just so the DPS that I'm best at is Ashe, but like it's so hard to play Ashe into certain team comps on certain maps. Like Hanzo Sojourn, very hard to play Ashe into because Sojourn can basically one-shot me as long as she's charged. And Hanzo can just, not even basically, Hanzo can just straight up one-shot me. Sometimes before I even really have a chance to react. I bobbed in there because they didn't have anything to stop it. They don't have anything to stop my bob or stun him or on a sleep or anything like that, so at the very least it burns through Zarya's bubbles.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload. Let's keep it moving.
I think I feed a lot here in this second point. For some reason, the Sojourn and the Mercy were just full sending it after me the entire, like, second point. They wanted me dead so bad. There, I didn't realize the hog had looped around back behind me. It's my bad.
No one can stop me.
I'm about to pitch a fit.
He looped back around and came and murdered me. Yeah, the DPS on best side is Ashe. I started playing Sojourn more because I realized that she really is just during this play session or whatever, because I realized that she is just straight up freaking broken. She's absurdly broken right now. This is when they just kept coming after me. I didn't know where our Mercy was. There she was. I saw her first. There she is. There's our Mercy. We were playing in a group too, which is why I was kind of like, what the heck is going on here? But we were a 5-stack, and so I was like, oh my god, where is my- the Sojourn just has a Mercy attached to her the whole time. I die here. Yeah, I was like, the Sojourn just has a Mercy attached to her the whole time, and my Mercy is nowhere to be found. What's going on? I think she was pocketing the tank. I'm pretty sure that's what was happening.
Hell's got no claim on me.
Heroes never die.
Because realistically, I felt like I could beat the Sojourn. I just couldn't do it when she was also getting pocketed.
I am fully focused. Whoa, I'm
Mercy's
actually on
absolutely
fire.
rolling them though. I remember the Genji was complaining in chat, being like, Mercy, leave me alone. Because she'd kill them on Hanzo too. It took me a second to like actually get my aim back.
This ends.
I was trying to break it, but I decided to reload like an idiot. I was gonna die there no matter what. We'd lost so many. But I took Sojourn out with me, and I got a little bit of ult charge for Bob. Because again, they still don't have anything to combat Bob, really. Unless they burn through him first.
My ultimate is almost ready.
My DPS is like nowhere near as high level as my support though. My DPS is kind of dog. I'm so bad at DPS.
I have the payload.
My fuse is lit. It just don't stay down.
I think on Ashe, I need to get better at... Well, first I need to get my aim back. But I also need to get better at just like managing my... when I scope, my scoped in shots and my non-scope shots.
Get in there.
Because I know she can... There's like a lot of combos you can do of scoped in shots. Like scope in for one shot and then unscope. But I don't do it. I either do one or the other all the time. I either hard scope in or I'm just hard firing from the hip. And I want to get better at managing that in between here. We'll just do that. Sorry it's in the replay. I didn't record and I didn't want to because I was playing with people I didn't really know and that felt weird to either record them. First of all, the first time they play with me, I'm asking you, is it okay if I record your voices and your gameplay? Mostly your voices, because we were in Discord together. And it felt weird having that be the first thing I asked, like the first time we played together.
So, here's the plan. Do what I do, listen to what I say,
And also just a weird thing to ask overall. Oh god, there we go. Also just a weird thing to ask overall, so...
Don't be too reckless out there.
This one's gonna be probably largely unedited. I'm just hanging out. So they went Winston here, so I shouldn't have given up the high ground so easily, but they also still had the Hanzo and he scared me. Hanzo just scares me. I don't like playing against Hanzo. I wasn't peeking here because I saw that he had the Sonic Arrow.
look at that.
So once we kill their Zen, we're kind of free to just go to town on the rest of their team. Because they don't have any supports now. The Joker Queen was very good though.
9. No. No.
Beelzebub's regaining his strength.
Honestly, Junker Queen's also just good into their team comp because Winston can't really do a whole lot against her. Because she doesn't have to worry about dodging his shots because he's cleave damage. So I was trying to hold the high ground while also like hiding from the two dives because they kept trying to like, you know, they were trying to dive me up there. And so I was like trying to play hide from them, but also hold the high ground so the enemy team couldn't have it. With Winston gone, it was a little bit easier of a time. Because the only one who could really dive me was Genji.
Oh, sweat off my thanks.
And then when I get to hold the high ground unpressured, I get to do stuff like that. So. I love when Genjis just stand still staring at me when they're deflecting.
Thank you.
So I kind of give it up a little bit because they have a shield, or high ground. I gave up the high ground because they've got a shield now and a Hanzo. So I am not gonna beat that Hanzo,
Attaboy,
and I'm not gonna break the shield on my own.
they never learn.
I think they have an Ana now. Yeah, they did have an Ana. I killed her. I made sure to kill her with Bob, or at least when she got knocked up, I made sure to kill her so she couldn't sleep Bob. Like I said, the DPS I'm most comfortable on would either be Ashe or Sombra. I'm still trying to get used. I know it's been months now. But I'm still trying to get used to the reworked Sombra and like how to play her because I'm used to playing the backline assassin, and it's a little bit more difficult to do that now, especially if people are like peeling for each other. If your tank's gonna push forward without you, you're just gonna unfortunately get messed up. Sigma wanted to take the high ground from me, and he kind of succeeded, but our Junker Queen just went up there and cleaned up the Mercy. That's what I did like, that our tank was not also— our tank was pretty good. Was not afraid. That was an accident. I didn't mean to drop here. So I knew that they were gonna have Blade, might even have Nano soon, and so we were playing for that. Or I was trying to play for that. So at least there, Genji had to dash on me. And he couldn't like get double slashes on the rest of our team. And then that's it.
Hang in there. Our work is almost done.
Now, I wasn't expecting Genji to dash on me and me alone, because we were all like there. But Genji decided that I was the one who was going to be sacrificed to the Blade. But at least my team was able to clean it up, so my sacrifice wasn't in vain. Now, I'm gonna show my stats, or my game report. My deaths are 100% much higher on DPS than they are on support. I've kind of realized that my DPS playstyle is— I feed a lot. I'll admit that. I'm a feeder on DPS because I go forward a lot. I take angles that probably aren't the smartest to take by myself, but I try to play uber aggressive. To shut things down before the enemy team can make plays. Now, whether that gets me killed kind of depends on, you know, what happens or what's going on in the rest of the game. But I mean, at least in that one, we won. There's my stat line. Everybody's stats line in the game. My accuracy wasn't great. It wasn't the greatest, but I don't know. I've been having trouble readjusting. It's been so long since I've played really any aim-intensive character, because I've been playing a lot of Kiriko recently, but it's different style of aiming, hit scan versus projectile. Well, I have been playing a little bit of Ana to try to keep up those skills. I kind of want to play a little bit more, which is why I've been playing DPS with my cousins. Retain those muscle memory. Like I said, lots of deaths, lots and lots of deaths. So this one, Suravasa, we lost 2 people from our 5-stack, so we were just a trio now. This one, I decided to lock the Mei. I like playing Mei on Flashpoint. I know, I'm locking the Ice Demon. Crucify me if you must. But I like playing Mei on Flashpoint because— whereas a lot of people want, like, rush comps are more popular. Well, 1, Mei is good with rush and brawl. 2, Mei is also good at shutting down rush and brawl. She, like, is kind of dual purpose, at least to me. And sometimes it's just fun running it down at the enemy team. Like I said, I'm still gonna feed. Even though Mei is like a mini tank, I am still gonna turbo feed. It's not gonna change nothing. There's a widow behind me and I'm not even looking at her right now, so. I also just very quickly realized in the elo that we were playing in, I could get away with just running it down at the enemy team. So I was kind of abusing that fact, that I could just run it down, full send it, and they wouldn't be able to do much about it. My goal here was just to wall off the tank when they pushed in, so I was looking for the Ramatra to run in alone. Because if I wall him off, either he's gonna die or his Kiri has to TP in to help him. And then that wastes her cooldown. Widow's behind us again. I thought she was... Yep. I didn't get the kill on her, but I chased her off long enough to force her to take a new LOS or angle. My walls are atrocious, by the way, so like don't mind them. They're so bad. It takes me 3 years to like actually put them down. Because I'm not used to playing characters that have deployables like that.
How many shots was that?
Sim turrets, like in my sim turrets are also not great either, but sim turrets are different than Maywa. Here, I fed. I feed here. Our tank was not here yet, and he died, and so because he died, I was trying to hold the front, you know, I ulted in an attempt to hold the line, and then we lost our Ana to the Torbjorn. And Ram just got Suzu'd. I should have waited for the Suzu before I ulted. If I'd waited for the Suzu before I used Blizzard, it would have been a different story. But because he just had Suzu, or the Kiri had Suzu for him, my bolt didn't do anything besides stop them from pushing in. This is what I mean by, like, I really liked taking off angles. Most of the time by myself, but I think the one of the people I was playing with was my Ana, and she realized that I really liked taking off angles. And so she would kind of go with me. At least, and then it's just bunkering on the point. Meg sells at bunkering on the point. We didn't need that, we didn't need the coal. I was like, ooh, we didn't need that. It's not good. And so then I wanted to push out here, kind of pressure them a little bit, but if we're gonna do something like this, we kind of have to all commit to it. And I think our Cassidy died. No, Moira dies. What happens is our Moira dies. Yeah, Moira gets caught out somehow. And I think it's another situation of I panic Blizzard. Oh no, yep, Bastion comes up behind us. I think my game freaks out here for a second. But you don't see it in replay, thankfully. I get the kill on him, but now I don't have any of my cooldowns, so I just die. I didn't have any of my cooldowns. That was my fault. If I had saved Ice Block. Well, I had to use Ice Block against the Bastion, but I shouldn't have ulted when I didn't have any of my cooldowns. That was what the problem was.
Lost.
Because I used my ult. We got out Tree, thankfully, and we got a kill out of it. But I died, and then Cassidy died. And then I don't have my Blizzard anymore. If I had just waited a little bit, we could have been able to stabilize. But, you know, I panic when I play DPS a lot.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
And so it was a similar situation here. I wanted to go take an off angle, but I kind of realized that that might not be the best idea. The Bastion was over here. I walled them off so he couldn't hit us on point. I wanted to go after him, but I was already missing health. Our Moira died. Part of the reason this was a little difficult was our Moira was dying a lot. We'd lost 2 at that point, our tank and our other support, so I don't... And they were still 5 strong, so I was like, we're not gonna survive this. The only option I have is to try to take someone else out with me. It didn't work.
Much obliged.
Our Moira was playing very wide angles, to where she's kind of playing out in the open a lot. And so her dying first in the last 2 fights was not great for us.
Enemy turret ahead.
Because then they were kind of just able to run at our Ana for free. This is what I mean by I take just stupid angles in fights I probably shouldn't take. I've just used both of my cooldowns now, and there's still a bunch of them alive. Yeah. I get so uber aggressive. It's not good. But you know, my team wins the fight after I go and feed, so... I guess part of my plan there was to force them to turn around and... Or, well, not even I guess. Part of my plan was to force them to turn around and do something about me on the point. Because they can't just leave me sitting on there. And then so that way it was enabled the rest of our team to push in. Now I died for it, but, you know... We got the point back, so... This was another one. I should have waited for the Suzu again. I had to reload here. I was gonna be so upset if he didn't die. Now we're just bunkering. So I didn't want to go after the Torb and the Curie because between the 2 of them I was like, they're kind of scary. They're kind of scary. My rest of my team did though, so I just headed to the point. We got the Curie though, so good. I was like, I just want to cap the point. Because I feel like that's another thing May kind of excels at, is just bunkering on the point. Excuse all of my missed shots on this Sojourn, by the way. Yeah, I pushed forward a little bit to maybe try to sandwich them in, but Sojourn scared me, so I left. I ice blocked myself just for the healing there. Then I was gonna go try to do the same thing again, take an extremely aggressive off angle when I probably shouldn't have been. Once I realized there was a Torb and a Lifeweaver there, I was like, okay, I'm out. My initial plan there was, when I walled, was I wanted to see if I could wall myself in with the Torbjorn, because I thought I could beat him in a 1v1. Because I was like, yeah, I could beat this Torb in a 1v1, but I didn't make it over the wall. So I did here, but then I died, because I didn't have any health, or my ice block. But I'm gonna hold firm that it was worth it. I'm gonna hold firm that it was worth it. My life was worth it. As I walled them off, Sojourn could only shoot at me, and then my team cleaned up the rest of them. So it was Gucci. Feeding sometimes you have to feed for the win, you know? I'm kidding. Well, so here I didn't die as actually I didn't die as much as I thought I did, and 2 of those deaths were ones where I knew I was going to die. Yeah, so there's my stat line up. Not as much not as many elims or as much damage as my other DPS or my tank, but I died. I purposely got myself killed like twice, so. My weapon accuracy, my enemy's frozen. It could definitely be better. I think it's hilarious they give you a weapon accuracy for a spray. And there's my damage and my deaths and all that again. So this is one of the games where I decided to go Sojourn because This is one of the maps where it's hard to play Ashe, in my opinion, without like, honestly, without a mercy pocket or like a dedicated support pocket or a really good tank, and I didn't trust the tanks we were getting.
Make sure you're ready.
So I was like,
knows
okay,
what
I'm
we'll
gonna play
find out.
Sojourn because Sojourn can basically do everything Ashe can, but better. So I decided to pick up playing Sojourn. And I was astounded by just how easy it is to play this character.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
It's bonkers. Because I had maybe like 2-3 hours on her before this. One thing I want to get better at Sojourn is just using my railgun. There's a lot of times where like my railgun usage, I should say. There's a lot of times where I use it, but I'll shoot it at the tank, which is basically useless damage. Or I will not use it at all. I'll hold it. There's a big auntie. I went after their Sojourn because she was low, but the Lucio turned for her, so I died. So there I was a little... I thought we were pushing in. I thought our team was pushing in,
Come on, Vivian. Not ready
but
to
we didn't.
overtake
We
us.
still stayed over by the statue, and then both DPS died. Me and our Sombra died. It was my fault. I expect. I mean, if I'm being honest, I expect to die when I make my feed plays. I'm not like too upset about them. I'm expecting to, you know, turbo feed. That's why I'm doing it half the time. I died here. That one was my fault. I did not realize there was a Reaper in there. I thought it was just the Tracer and the Life Weaver, and I was like, I can kill at least one of them. And then I turned around and there was a Reaper shooting me in the back of the head. So that was scary.
Peace.
So I wanted to take high ground here. Honestly, it's... I will say one of the difficult things about playing in the ELO is that there's not really a lot of there's no team play happening here. People don't join boys. Most of them aren't really paying attention to what's going on behind them. I inted here again. Yeah. I inted to kill the Life Weaver. But it came down to like our tank was staying alive, our supports were staying alive, so that was fun. I was okay with dying over and over again.
Tengo que irme.
Like we're getting progress, so probably not the smartest thing to do, and probably will not be the way to climb, but I was having fun. But anyway, yeah, team play was just not a thing in this ELO. I very quickly realized nobody joins voice, although that's not like rare. It's not a rare thing to happen in higher ELOs either. A lot of times people don't join voice there, but at least for in my experience, I don't know what I was doing here. Oh, I know what I was doing. Sorry. My computer's been doing this thing where it like opens my antivirus app at midnight on the dot every night, and I don't know how to get it to stop. But every time it does it, it tabs me out. I know it's gonna die. We're stuck behind them without my supports.
I am unbreakable.
But yeah, so it does that, and then it like my monitor freaks out because it's trying to alt tab me to go look at this stupid antivirus thing, and then I have to wait for it to like decide to make up its mind about what it wants to do, so that way I can tab back in. And so it's been happening every night, and it's so annoying. I don't know how to make it stop. But there, I slid into them, hoping I'd be able to kill the Tracer, and I missed. And then we weren't far enough ahead. I was trying to go back to my supports here because this, I knew this Reaper like had hold of it. He wanted to use it. That was a really good sleep from our honor.
I warned you. Cooling down.
Pulling the life river because I'm not sure we have to kill him before we can kill the Ramata.
Cybernetic innovation at its
Just
finest.
go back to the point. I ended this round with so many deaths. I ended the game with so many deaths. I was like, oh my god, I'm dying so much whenever I want in the games that I've been playing DPS here. Just bullying the Lucios who can't push the point. I knew this guy had ult. I've been waiting to use it for like 3 years. I accidentally jumped into that. I didn't. Your jump goes so high sometimes.
Thanks for the help.
I didn't jump high enough that time. I wanted to go over the thing. I think I fire the railgun way too early sometimes, like just kidding me. But yep, I'm going in. Moira was low. I was hoping to land the orb, the meatball in the doorway to try to kill her. Didn't work though. My aim is bad.
This ends now. Target down.
It's just ridiculous how much damage is I thought for sure I was dead there, but I think because of the nano damage reduction I survived. It's crazy. And then I also got bubbled after the fact, me missing all of those shots. Crazy Reaper's now going to ult. Has it.
Gotta stay on your toes.
He's been waiting to use it.
I'm on my game now.
And wrapped up the first round.
Score.
Like I said, it's nothing crazy. I'm not great at DPS. I'm really not.
Initiate
It was
match.
fun getting to play it though. You know, oh I've never noticed that before. That's cool. I've never noticed that effect before.
We're in this together. All of us.
That you've taken
But it's I like getting to play something else, you know, get some variety, little little randomness, shake things up a little bit. But also, this is the only I can only play DPS on all of my accounts with them because my support is too high, and it was telling me even my tank was too high, which I honestly do not believe for 1 second. But whatever, Blizzard. I'm holding top left up here because I don't really need to be in the choke. I'm Sojourn. I can just pelt them, poke from a long distance, and then railgun if they get too close. Our Sombra camped their Hanzo and he died. I think the reason we lose this first point here is I make the mistake of sliding in for some reason. I don't know why I did it. I've been holding this railgun for way too long. And even Sojourn herself is telling me fire this stupid weapon. Yeah, I made the mistake of sliding in here and we kind of all fall over for it. I don't know why I slid in there. I was like, oh, I can't see anybody. And so then my first instinct was to just turbo feed. And then they just kind of ran us down because our Zarya died. So I thought about swapping to Ashe to deal with the Pharah because it's harder to deal with Pharah on Sojourn because of the fact that her primary fire is projectiles. But I was like, no, I'm gonna stay Sojourn. And then my plan was to charge up my railgun on the Reinhardt and then try to blast the Pharah out of the air with the railgun. Sombra dies here, unfortunately. Pharah got pulled away. So I wanted to hold the high ground, but I was a little bit worried because my supports were both holding low ground and the Pharah still existed. So before I was going to be shooting anybody on the high ground, like up here, it was going to be me because I was the only one up there. And Junkrat also pushed up there, and I was like, well, shit, because I can't contest both of their DPS alone. I went up there because I was like, oh, Sombra's up there, she can help me, and she really left.
They're empowered and ready to fight.
I'm so close to death there. I might have to get healed in that one now. A little bit.
That feels much better. Repairing your cellular makeup.
So I was tempted to go in there, but then I was like, no, I should just.
This ends now.
This is silly. I panicked there. I couldn't see anybody. I shouldn't have ulted there.
We are falling apart.
EMP activated.
It's also scary. I wanted to do something off of the EMP, but our Sombra died, and our Zarya was not pushed up. So it was spooky. I backed up and ran away. Not yet looking at this.
Not so fast.
I was getting. I noticed I was getting better at landing the rail guns. Got confused and where the far was for a second. I knew that she had barrage, so I was trying to kill her before she got a chance to use it. Junkrat died to the Moira orb. I thought Lifeweaver did, but no,
Not
it was
ready to
Junkrat.
overclock just yet.
So now the Ryan and the Lucio have gotten a clue and have started pushing the high ground to contest me up here. And so I'm a little scared. I want to sort of die so bad, but I couldn't hit him. This would also be a turbo failure. I only made it out because I helped me.
This ends now.
So they beat it for my ultimate. No health. I was so surprised that I did it as long as I did, to be honest. The supports were absolutely good. And I immediately turbo fed again and slid into their backline. They kept me alive through all that just for me to instantly go and feed my brains out.
They won't
The amount of
quit.
times that happened were kind of hilarious. I had absolutely zero thoughts in my head.
Get them off the payload.
Zero thoughts in my brain.
Think I'd ever let you down?
Poor Sombra's negative 5 health.
Stay down.
I don't know why I dropped here, and then I messed up my jump back up.
My ultimate is charging.
Ultimate is ready.
Yeah, this is just a lot of, you know, mediocre DPS gameplay, but it's something different. I was in the mood for something different. I don't know why they went against them. I think to die Varana, but I have ears and eyes, so I was just trying to deter. I can't hit tracers though. I cannot hit tracers for the life of me.
Not so fast.
It's the after service.
I'm on my game now.
I'll lead us to victory.
I struggled so hard to get up the stairs. Yeah, no, after playing Sojourn for like several games, I could say with confidence that they should not have bumped her. There was literally no reason to bump this character.
These last moments are crucial.
Everyone push the payload
So I have my railgun. I have like 20 seconds left, so I'm just trying to stay alive right now.
This ends
She
now.
EMP'd, so I'm not
Get in
ulting.
there.
We have 10 seconds left, but yeah. Just, you know, drop a casual 4K
We're about to win.
Disrupting.
with the one press of a button.
I am on fire.
They're so stupid. So stupid.
just getting started.
Here's my dumb sojourn stats. Died a decent amount. 4.51. I mean, it's not awful. It's not awful. 4.51 per 10. Not awful, not awful. And then there's my... Our everybody's stats. My Ana was putting in work. Our Sombra was actually... This is one of the better Sombras I've played with. We had quite a few Sombras last night that weren't very... Honestly, I mean, they weren't good. I'll just say they weren't very good. They were kind of just kept dying over and over in the enemy backline. Like, before we even get a chance to start pushing in, they would just run in and then die alone. So we were basically constantly 4v5. But here's my weapon accuracy. I just spam with the projectile, so that's not going to be very high. Charge shot accuracy 70% actually. That's a little surprising. My charge shot critical accuracy is awful. I don't try to go for crits with the charge because it does so much damage by itself already. As it is, I got 27 kills with it. 11 overclock kills. My one solo kill. And there's the damage and deaths and all that again.